The neon glow of Reno painted the desert night in vibrant hues, a fitting backdrop for Jack Lucky Stratton's world of calculated risks and whispered promises. He'd spotted Maya across the crowded bar, her deft hands a blur as she mixed drinks, her eyes sparkling with a quick intelligence that belied her small-town weariness. He'd spun a tale of high-stakes gambling, a life beyond the humdrum predictability of her current existence, carefully omitting the mention of Ethan, the steady, reliable boyfriend waiting back home. Maya, yearning for something more, something exciting, fell for it hook, line, and sinker. The partnership became a whirlwind tour of America's underbelly, from the smoky poker dens of New Orleans to the opulent casinos of Las Vegas. Maya's uncanny ability to read faces, to discern the flicker of a tell, combined with Jack's effortless charm and uncanny luck, made them a force to be reckoned with. The thrill of the game, the intoxicating scent of money, the shared adrenaline rush, it was a potent cocktail. And then there was Jack. His easy laugh, the way his eyes crinkled at the corners when he smiled, the stolen moments in dimly lit hotel rooms. It ignited a fire in Maya she'd never felt with Ethan. She pushed thoughts of her boyfriend to the back of her mind, justifying her actions with the promise of returning, a promise that grew fainter with each passing day. Then, just as suddenly as he'd appeared, Jack was gone. A note, crisp and impersonal, lay on the rumpled sheets beside her. Big score. Gotta run. You're too good for this life. Go home, kid. Be happy. He'd left her enough money to get back, enough to explain her absence without raising too many eyebrows. The disappointment was a dull ache, but beneath it, a strange sense of relief bloomed. Maybe this was for the best. Maybe she could salvage things with Ethan, return to the familiar comfort of their shared routines. Back in her small town, Ethan welcomed her with open arms, his love a steady anchor in the storm she'd just weathered. She told herself she was over Jack, a fleeting infatuation, a chapter closed. They resumed their life together, the quiet predictability a balm to her frayed nerves. They were married within the year, a picture-perfect small-town wedding, complete with white picket fences and well-meaning relatives. The reception was a blur of well-wishers and forced smiles. As the band launched into a syrupy love song, a hush fell over the room. Jack stood at the entrance, a vision of suave sophistication in a perfectly tailored suit. He moved through the crowd like a phantom, his smile radiating charm, his eyes glinting with something Maya couldn't quite decipher. "Sorry I'm late," he announced, his voice carrying through the room. "I'm Maya's associate, her boss, you might say." He shook Ethan's hand, his grip firm and confident. "Heard so much about you. Maya's told me all about you." Over the next hour, Jack held court, regaling the guests with tales of his business ventures with Maya, stories of high-stakes deals and international intrigue. He subtly steered the conversation towards Maya's family's finances, their investments, their carefully accumulated savings. He even dangled a can't-miss opportunity, a sure thing he was involved in, his words laced with promises of quick returns and financial security. He was a master manipulator, weaving a web of deceit so intricate and believable that no one suspected a thing. As the wedding cake was cut and the toasts were made, Jack quietly slipped away. By the time Maya realized what was happening, the damage was done. He'd vanished, taking with him a substantial portion of her family's wealth, leaving behind a trail of broken trust and shattered dreams. The note he left this time was brief and chilling. "Thanks for the memories." And the money. Maya stood amidst the wreckage of her life, the echoes of laughter and celebration now a cruel mockery. The weight of her betrayal pressed down on her, heavier than any regret. She'd gambled on love, on adventure, on a life beyond the ordinary, and she'd lost everything. Jack had played her and her family for the highest stakes of all, leaving her with the bitter taste of disillusionment and the crushing realization that some cons are so expertly crafted, you never see them coming until it's too late.